Yeah, man. So yeah, I was back at Smoky Joe's last night.
I saw, man. You should have hit me up before you went.
I was gonna hit you, and I kind of just forgot. I was like, damn, that's gonna be my spot. Woo.
Right. And I'm right up the street. I'm 10 minutes away, you know?
Yeah, you're ready too. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're gonna work on the proposal and try to send that over like this week. I'm trying to do that because I think it's a good idea. Now that like last night, she was the waitress said it's empty after like 9 o'clock, 9:30. So
So on a Tuesday, though, I'm sure it's empty. If we did our regular time, 8:30 on a Tuesday,
mhm.
yeah, we'd be good.
I think we'd be really good.
Live from Smoky Joe's, even
Come
give them
on,
a plug, you know?
give them a good plug. Hey,
Yeah.
really quickly, shout out to everybody that's watching it. Welcome, guys. This is the Shop Culture, the pop-up edition. Yeah, we had to get it something going. We were out and about and we talked about this, and yeah, let's get it. So thanks, guys, for tuning in. This is a pop-up, so remember, we only get about 20, 25 minutes, but you got to tune in tomorrow at 8:30 to get the show.
How's everybody doing out there tonight? We want to see everybody tuning in to see what you guys think about what we're getting ready to talk about, because we try to bring things to light and bring awareness to the things that people think about, things that people deal with on a daily basis, but not necessarily want to talk about.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. So, guys, always, like I said, tap in, say hello. I hope everybody's well. Hope everybody had a good weekend. How was your weekend before we get going, Doc?
Oh my, the weekend was good. It started off with you chopping it up at
Woo!
our lounge, with the fellas. That's always a good thing. Couple
Man,
sticks and you, the chocolate martini that threw me for a spin.
you called me. Wait. Doc called me out though. Doc, what did you say? You called me out about that. That's the man. I'm trying to get you on it, man.
Yeah, I thought you had a female coming that you was ordering for
Doc, Ooh. Leslie, how you doing, Leslie? Leslie said, "What's up? How you doing, Leslie?" No, man. Actually, I'll be honest, man. I've been doing that for a minute. It used to be a place downtown Seattle called Marcus's Martini Lounge. If you guys know about martinis and good drinks, you guys know about that fabulous place for martinis, and that's how I got into it. So, anyways,
but you can't leave out Vaughn's.
Vaughn's was excellent too, though. You're right.
Right. Vaughn's had 50 different martinis. Come on.
Yeah, yeah. I think the difference was like if you went to Marcus's, first of all, it was off of down at Pioneer Square, and it was down there in the underground section of Seattle. So you had to go down these long stairs, and
Yeah.
you walk in and had the like aquarium fish and had the white. Oh, it was dope, man.
Sounds nice.
And they played the neo soul in there, so you getting some of that Erica Badu. It's just
Yeah, there you go. Okay.
And so yeah, people were making babies down there. But anyway,
Oh, that's what it's okay. I
that's
hear
what
you.
Nah, Ryan, what's up, brother? Ryan said martinis is real. You ain't lying. And that's another thing. Martini is straight liquor, so it gets to the point. That's another thing I like it. It doesn't play.
Until you put some chocolate in it.
Woo! Well, I'm chocolate, James. Doc, come on, man.
I'm messing with you, man. I'm actually going to have to give it a try.
Okay, see. Steph said, "Good evening, Doc and Barry." I should have been Barry and Doc. See, Doc, you damn. Woo! So,
Okay, let's get to it. We viewers, and they want to hear something real now.
So Friday night we were talking about. We had a good discussion. We probably should have went live from there on that day because we were getting it in. And so we were talking about submission, and basically what Doc was asking was, what were you asking, Doc, again? Particular what you were saying.
Can a strong woman be successful in a relationship being submissive?
Yeah.
So, I'd like to hear from some of you women, and most women consider themselves to be strong, but can you be strong and submit to your man, to your husband?
Yeah.
Do you see success in that? Do you see value in that?
Yeah.
Being that, you want to submit only to a man of value, a man, of value, high value masculine man,
Yes. Yeah.
you know, who knows how to treat a woman, who is respectful.
Yes. And what I even followed up is the man has to also submit to the woman.
Exactly. I mean, submission isn't a full-time thing, but modern women sometimes forget the value of having the ability to be submissive.
Do you think are you is it like a liberal type of movement, moving away toward submission? Because when you say that to some women, they take offense to it.
Right, because they're probably, the definition of submission to them probably means doormat, and somewhat controlled, but it's not control. It's I mean, I just want to say, ladies, don't be fooled by, it's a flashy title. I'm not encouraging women to play dumb, but the housewife role and all that, and have no opinions. But being submissive to a man, it's not all about that, you know.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And you can't encourage women to be submissive all the time.
Real quickly, could we get? I want to get to a few of the comments. Is that cool, Doc? Let's get it.
Yeah, let's see what we got.
A lot of people agree. Michelle, Mickey Payne said yes. Leslie said yes. Kaylee, how you doing, Kaylee? Said yes. Stephanie said, "Why does Doc have so much against strong women? Seriously." Stephanie, I would say that's the opposite. I've been knowing Doc for a while. He's never had nothing against strong women. Again, we're talking about in general terms too, because there are a lot of people that come in and take particular words and then just throw it, and meaning like submission is not equal, or or whatnot, and submission can be all of those things above. So
exactly, because we both parties bring value to the relationship, but in general, the man is the head. He's the leader. He is the arrowhead. So he's the one that's going
to. In a functional relationship, that's the way it should be.
Right. And there's nothing wrong with being submissive. It's not like taking a back seat. And if your submissiveness is received with love and respect, the key point is that in a healthy relationship, it has to be a healthy relationship. You cannot be submissive in a relationship that is not healthy. Okay. If that submissiveness has to be received, it has to be respected by that man. Meaning, he's going to value your input. He's going to make plans. He's going to set direction, but he's always going to ask for your input. And he's going to take a back seat where he knows, in areas where he knows his strengths are, when he knows your strengths are greater than his. He's going to take a back seat to that.
And I would just like to add, I would just like to add, though, the key component of what you're saying, though, Doc, is that it's about respect.
Right.
And respect goes both ways. Right. And so I think, and I'm not speaking for the Doc, but I think for myself, that's the key component here. It has to be respect by both parties.
Absolutely.
Let me get back to, you see some of the comments too. If you see some comments, Doc, you jump in because they're coming in. Let's go back up here, guys. We're gonna get to you guys. We see you guys. This is Shopkulture, so every Tuesday how we do it, and we get to the comments as much as we can. Please still keep commenting.
What's that step? It depends on how that woman looks at submission. She says, "I'm a Christian woman, so I don't see or understand submission as female slavery." Well, that's good, because the word says, "Woman, submit to your husband and submit to your husbands, and men submit to your husbands." I look at it as, what does that say? Devote? Okay.
As a devote, yes. I understand. I agree with Stephanie completely on that comment, or on that what she just wrote. She's not saying, and I don't think nobody on this panel said anything about slavery or dismissing a female's independence at all. What we're saying is, though, in order to really have, I think, a strong relationship, there has to be some submission, and the woman should be able to submit. Or if you feel like if that man is not credible, you shouldn't be with that man. If that's an issue,
right. That's right. Absolutely.
So
because you have to take time to vet and see, is this a high value man? Is he a masculine man? Does he have leadership capability? Does he have a reasonable thought process? Once you see he has these things and you can trust that he's going to take care of you, that he's going to protect you, that he has common sense, and he is a man of value, there's nothing wrong with submitting to him. And that doesn't mean taking a back seat. That doesn't say you're lesser than a person. I think a strong woman, it takes great strength to be submissive, because in that great strength, women have great knowledge, great experiences, and a lot of things. And a good, strong, high value man will notice that. And he will knows where her strengths are greater than his and be able to step back and say, babe, handle this for me, and be right there by her side.
You're right on. Leslie just commented. She said it's not about him running over her. Absolutely, Leslie, and that's absolutely correct. Stephanie, real quick, says seriously, women are stronger because men are not treating women right. We had to adapt to be responsible and take charge. If a woman is strong, men get scared. Being submissive is when there is trust and respect. Absolutely, Stephanie. And if you're listening, that's what we're saying. We are absolutely agreeing with you on what you're saying. But with that strongness has to be a willingness on the woman's side to allow that too.
Right. To hold back on that strength a little bit and apply it when and where it's needed.
Yes.
And for a lot of strong women who've been doing things independently for a long time, it's an adjustment process to submit and be interdependent on someone else.
Well, especially if a woman's in maybe upper management in her job, right? And she has to come home, and so it is a different role, and it's understandable. But it has to be a willingness to take a back seat, though. When you come home, it should be a different vibe than at work.
Right. And I'm looking at another feed, and Rakita Roper, she says, "Of course I can. I wouldn't even want to marry a man I couldn't submit to." Very well said, Rakita. I mean, because she's looking for a strong man from the jump, and a man that she can trust his sense of direction.
Yeah.
So that's the key, ladies. It's not about you bowing down or being lesser than or taking a back seat or a lesser role, but it's about submitting to a man of strength that you can support, that you can build a mission together and build on that. I mean, there's power in your knowledge, your experience, and your intelligence, and your words, but there's also power in your silence. Same thing goes for a man. Know when to speak and what to say.
Yeah, and as a man, I struggle with that. So, Doc, you're talking to me. I get you're absolutely correct. That's just being real, right?
Right. Because everything that comes to mind doesn't need to be said. So, I mean, and that shows strength when you can choose your words. Choose your words.
Stephanie said right under this, she said, "Doc brings up strong women as a problem often." Well, Stephanie, I disagree. We're not saying that's a problem, but these are issues that when men come into the barbershop or out at Smokey Joe's and we're speaking of, some men have issues with that. And when the doc is bringing this up, he's also speaking to men also to take notice. So if you listen to what we're saying, submission works again both ways.
Right, absolutely. And I'm not taking anything away from strong women, but I want to speak to men about a lot of independent, successful, strong women is intimidating to a lot of men. And I want to tell you fellas, don't be intimidated by that. Don't look at her accolades as her ability to accomplish things. And you want to be with a woman who has the ability to accomplish things and show a level of independence and strength. Now, when it comes to matters of her heart, that's totally different.
Yeah.
You be concerned with the matters of her heart and how to care for her heart and nurture her feelings, as opposed to her education and her accolades and her career. They're two totally separate things.
Hold on, Doc. You're giving them too much now. We got to save some of it. See, we can do that. See, we don't know how to act. See, hold on.
Yeah, just a pop up. We're just giving you a preview. We got a good one coming for you tomorrow night.
And actually, we're going to come up with, instead of talking about problems, we're going to come up with ways to resolve issues and arguments. So, solutions tomorrow. Tune in 8:30. Okay. TLC Miller said, "Well said, Doc." I think she's talking about the Doc. Leslie said, "Many men are not good at taking the lead in a balanced manner. If he's a control freak, problems." What do you have to say about that? Because that is true. That's very true.
Yeah, if that's a control, if he isn't going to have control issues, that's something you will see very early, and that's a huge red flag. You do not want to submit to a man that has control issues, because that's just going to add to his controlling ways and his egos, and he's not going to look at it as respect and submission, but he's going to see it as you bowing down to his control.
Yeah,
and will try to control you further. If you have a man that's that with that controlling nature, run fast.
You said make a beeline.
That's right.
Get your Usain Bolt. But a lot of times, and is it a bad thing that the women want to believe in a man, so she sticks around when she knows it's probably not the right person, right? So in that case, what would you say to that, Doc?
Well, because she knows it's probably going to be bad going forward. It's not going to end well. And if she knows that and she continues to go into that, she has no one to blame but herself.
Well, she won't do that. She'll complain still about the dude. Let's go down here. We got okay, guys. We're getting to you guys. Just keep on commenting. We're working our way down here. Stephanie has a good one. So Stephanie asked the question, why can't men submit as easily? So, Doc, when Stephanie says something like that, what do you think? First thing that comes
and just like I mentioned earlier, being a strong, submissive woman, she has strength, she has knowledge, she has intelligence. A man of value will be able to recognize those strengths and that value and enhance it. And he knows when she is stronger than him in some areas, where she is more knowledgeable than him in some areas, and be able to take a back seat and be that supportive person and let her take the lead, let her submit, take her input, listen to what she has to say. I mean, you should seek her input from the jump, but when you see that she has greater strength than you in that area, you let her take the driver's seat. And you
take the wheel.
That's right.
All right. So hopefully that answers that to Seth. So again, it comes down to respect on both sides and both parties. So Michelle says submission is about love and trust. What do you think?
But there's something that comes before that. When you speak of submission and you say love and trust, the first thing that submission is about is respect.
Come on.
Respect is going to come before trust. It's going to come before love. Because if you don't show respect for a person, you'll never get to the point where you trust them, where you love them. And that's, a lot of people put that aside, but that's the most important factor in submission is respect. And it's a mutual respect. Because if your woman submits to you, you're not going to belittle her. You are going to respect the fact that she is being submissive to you.
Okay. Doc, again, we can't give him too much.
All right.
Okay. Good. All right. Aaron, how you doing, bro? Aaron said, my wife is an accountant, so I allow her to handle those things. I shouldn't be with her if I can't trust her with my money. So
that's
fine.
Right. And that's a good thing.
That should go without saying, right?
Absolutely. And in that area, she has greater strength. She has better knowledge of finances than you. That's where you let her take the driver's seat. In other aspects of life, when it comes to the family plan, when it comes to the future, when it comes to certain things,
Mhm.
the man takes the lead. I mean, and she will submit to him in those areas. But yeah, absolutely. When it comes to finances, she's an accountant. Babe, you handle this, I got you. Whatever you need from me, I got you.
But kudos to Aaron for recognizing that also, though, and being, I would even say man enough to realize and say that
Right.
publicly. Because a lot of times, um, men, sometimes our egos get in the way and we have problems acknowledging that. So
Absolutely.
that's a strong man, Aaron. You're a strong man, brother. So Stephanie said, but also on the man's side, I think I don't really. You might want to elaborate on that, on that, on that one. William, what's up, William? Says in his marriage, we're pretty equal in my marriage. She has her strength, and I allow her to bring that to the table. I have my strength, and she allows me to bring that to the table. So sounds like respect.
Right, right. And another thing that women that you will look out for, and you know if a man is worthy of submission, because a good man will work hard to gain your trust. He will work hard to show you that he is trustworthy, that he brings value, that he is worthy of submission. That way you can let your guard down. You can be more vulnerable around him because he's got you.
Absolutely. And remember, guys, this is the pop-up. Tune in tomorrow at 8:30 to Shopkulture for the actual show. And we're going to actually probably finish up with this topic. We got a good one tomorrow. Should we give them a little bit of the teaser for tomorrow, Doc, or how you want to do that?
Yeah, I think they should know. Maybe they want to tune in and give us some thought beforehand.
Have them do a homework assignment.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
And come with your thoughts and your ideas, because we're going to be discussing conflict and dispute resolution and de-escalation.
not why, but how to resolve, right?
Right. How to resolve, how to de-escalate, without showing defensiveness or without attacking. We're going to talk about that tomorrow.
And we want to have this list of comments, and we really want to really work on resolving, because we all can talk about why we got in the argument and how it started and all that, but let's actually do some real thinking and come up with ways to resolve it.
Yeah. How do we get through it? How do we effectively communicate through this while showing respect and establishing effective communication? How do we get over this? Some of the de-escalation skill. I mean, it comes to, there's many things. There's words you say. There's how you say them. There's body language. There's a number of things that I'm going to be bringing to your attention tomorrow that are going to help you to get through this.
We got time to get to a couple more of these comments. There's a lot. And guys, we always appreciate you guys for commenting and tuning in to Shopkulture. So me and the doc and the voice, wherever he we stop. So Kaylee says, now let me ask you both this question.
Okay.
What if we as women feel that we are submitting to the men, but we may not agree with? How do we handle bringing that up respectfully? That's a good question.
Because even though submission doesn't mean quiet and doesn't mean that your voice isn't heard, okay? Submission just means that you respect the direction that your man is taking you in. And a strong man of value is going to seek your input. And if you don't agree with him, give him your perspective. Give him an alternate perspective to view before he makes that decision on the direction that you're going.
Sure.
If his perspective is skewed, man, and you feel that he's not seeing something that factors in his decision, give him an alternate perspective.
So
if you agree with it. But there's nothing wrong with saying, I don't agree with what you're doing, but I'm going along with you. There's nothing wrong with that.
So real quick,
just don't say I told you so when things go wrong.
I know. So what's the number one step for Kaylee so she can do? So what's the number one step so she can remember?
Share your perspective. Share your alternate perspective and be heard. If you don't agree, let it be known that you don't agree. But don't disrespectfully disagree. Just say, I don't agree with this, and this is why. And that should factor into his decision making.
Yeah. And then I would also say that sometimes, like you said, Doc, is approach too, right? Approach
Right.
is a very key component in that. How do you
Absolutely.
approach it and discuss it in a way that's not you're not attacking? So
Yes. And body language speaks a lot into that. Tone of voice, all that.
Stephanie again says strong women won't put up with who wait. Strong women won't put up with
A
uh
man is not strong and willing to equally be submissive.
hmm. What's your thoughts on that?
Well, I don't know what she exactly means by equally submissive, but
Yeah.
I don't think it's required for women to be submissive all the time. But I don't think it's on an equal basis thing. I don't think you keep score pretty much.
You know, that's what I was going to say. It's not on a number chart, so yeah, that's a hard one too.
Yeah, it's on a case by case basis.
And every situation is different too, right?
Right.
Comes down to like you had discussed earlier, where you said strengths and weaknesses.
Yes.
So,
I
uh,
don't say weaknesses. I say strengths and greater strengths.
okay, I can go with that.
So,
So,
and what is that? Aaron says, yeah, with submission comes a level of respect. Respect comes before anything.
yeah. And then William said it's a partnership, like you said before. Very yes, partnership.
Yeah.
Partnership agreement. Michelle said, I love for my husband to lead.
That's good. I mean, it's like a team. I mean, you operate as a team. And just like on any team, everyone plays a different position.
Well, who's the superstar? Who's the LeBron then on this on the
Every position brings value. LeBron can't do it by himself.
No, but he's the superstar of the team. So
Okay, that's one team. But on another team, there's another man. There's also other positions.
Okay.
And each person has their position and their function within that position for it to be successful. That's just an example.
Good example.
Yeah.
All right, guys. We are getting to that time. We went a little bit over because the comments were good and they were coming in. And this is just the pop-up. We do this sometimes before the actual show. So it kind of gives you guys a teaser of what's coming on tomorrow at 8:30. So we want you to tune in. Remember to like and share. We see the page growing. We appreciate you guys. Let's really get it going out there. This is Shopkulture.
Oh, and I see Rakita. She said, "Who's the team captain?" That's a good question.
Who is
the team captain?
Who's the team captain?
There's a captain. There's a coach. They have to work together.
Ooh,
You call the shot. I mean, it's up to you.
I want a married couple who's watching the show to comment on that. Let's see.
Right. Who's the captain? Who's the coach?
All right, man. Doc, any last words?
No really last words. I just want to make sure y'all tune in tomorrow so we can give you some of these tools, some of these gems. And we're going to be talking about conflict resolution.
Yes.
How do you successfully navigate through that? We want to hear your input. It's going to be a good one.
And we're going to start inviting our Shopkulture viewers when we go out to Smoky Joe's and smoke a cigar. We want to put faces to some of these viewers because we have a lot of them. We appreciate it. Man, we can at least do that. Can't we do it that?
Absolutely. And we plan to be doing a live broadcast show from a remote location later to be announced.
Man, your backyard, maybe? No, let me stop.
We don't want to get that personal.
Hey, let's see how you live. We won't get no donation. You're right, Doc. You're right. Hey, people be like, yeah, he is a doc.
Hey, we appreciate you guys. We appreciate you tuning in. We're looking forward to seeing you tomorrow.
Yes. So
it's going to be a good one.
The relationship guru, you know who he is. Dr./Mr. James R. Hill. And then I am Barry Crosby. This is Shopkulture. Once again, thank you for watching. Tune in tomorrow at 8:30.
Ooh, my brother, he said culture captain depends on the game. Oh, we're talking about the game of love. We're talking about the game of relationship, the game of marriage. We're talking about life. Who's the coach captain?
He came in late, though. So you missed him.
He's late. I'll see you tomorrow, bro. You got to be there. We're going to finish this up.
Let's finish it. All right, brother.
All right. Have a good night, folks.